vision. With the leadership of the Prime Minister, we revised the grant upward to 141,000, with final units costing 151,000. This was necessary. Building back better demands real investment. Many of you here know the struggles you faced before and after Maria. Homes with cramped spaces, no proper washroom, no privacy, no title, and unsafe structures. Is it right for any government to leave its people in such conditions? I will ask the question again. Is it right for any government to leave its people in such conditions? No. Should we build beautiful hotels for visitors and ignore the living conditions of our citizens? No, not at all. Because housing is a human need. And this government will always put the comfort, dignity, and safety of our citizens first. We are and will remain a housing for our people, a very kind government. To the people of the Petit Savant constituency, I want to update you on 4 key initiatives we are working on. 1, the preparation of the first certificate of titles for our residents right here at the Petit Savant resettlement in Bellevue. We have an approved policy for the registration of titles. Those properties with their own land. Space upon completion of the assessments of the beneficiaries, the titles will be granted as a gift for the new year. We are looking at more housing, and I'm sure your pal rep is smiling. The next stage of development of Bagatelle housing at the site of the old health center will be completed before the end of 2026. A total of 58 homes completed for the Dubic resettlement at Center Granby, for which the ministry has all the recommendations and conducted the assessments to seek approval for the allocation of homes to families. I would also like to state that there are 26 commercial spaces available for small business owners, agro-processors, and entrepreneurs at Center Granby. You can apply for a space at the Ministry of Housing. The operations of the agricultural market and Bellevue Mall. A new team has been appointed to advise government on the best approach for managing the facility and ensuring its sustainability and full utilization. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a blessing every time Dominica gains one more resilient home. And today we are adding 22 more, bringing the total to 313 homes handed over under this project so far. These homes are changing lives. Families are safer from storms, more comfortable and more secure. And most importantly, they now own a piece of Dominica that can be passed on to their children. This is real generational wealth. We are humbled by the selfless contributions of our contractors, the staff, consultants, and team leaders of the World Bank, the design and supervision professional and firms, and other service providers who has made this home built to resilient standards are comfortable at no cost to the beneficiaries. We extend a special thanks to the consultants and specialists who have served as a staff of the project implementation unit, who has given their all to ensure that we reach at this juncture. Thank you for your dedication and commitment as project managers, engineers, financial, environment, and social specialists, site assessors, members of the technical assistance centers, members of the alternative supervision team. Your efforts will not go unnoticed. Special thanks to the Ministry of Housing staff for organizing these events. As we look forward to your continued support, we salute your dedication and commitment to housing and urban development of Dominica. The Ministry of Housing, the Minister, the Prime Minister shall continue to embrace and implement government's commitment to providing secure, safe, resilient shelter to all, and extend special commendations to each of you in receipt of a gift of a housing recovery project, Home Today. May God continue to bless all of you.
Thank you so much to Honorable Lockhart Hippolyte for so ably representing the Honorable Minister Skerrit. At this point, we have on our program a performance from the Veteran 7 of Grand Bay. I'm told they're here and ready, so I'd now like to invite them to perform for us. They will make their way to the front. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Veteran 7 of Grand Bay. a wonderful performance from the Veterans 7 of Grand Bay. We thank them so much for the performance this afternoon. At this point, I would like to welcome the Honorable Dr. Irvin McIntyre. He is the Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security. And today he is representing the Honorable Prime Minister, Roosevelt Skerrit. Please welcome Dr. McIntyre.
Thank you very much, Dion. Your Excellency Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton, Honorable Shakira Lockhart Hippolyte, representing Honorable Melissa Poppon-Skerrit, Minister for Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Julian Defoe, Parliamentary Representative of the Petit Savane constituency, other honorable members of Cabinet in number, and other parliamentarians as well, Mr. Reginald Sevre, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, as well as other permanent secretaries, Letitia Lestrade-Wyke, P.S. Ansem is with us today as well, Mr. Tessa Sullivan-Sally, Senior Infrastructure Specialist in the World Bank, Urban Disaster Risk Management and Land Unit, Ms. Dosha Ryan, Deputy Speaker of the Bellevue Chopin Village Council, our diplomatic corps, I can see our ambassadors from Cuba, Pastor Boniface Lloyd, Ms. Shalina Samuel, beneficiaries, contractors, distinguished guests, our Veteran 7 group from Grand Bay who performed for us, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, pleasant good afternoon to all gathered here. Today we witness another step in our national mission to build back better, stronger, and safer. I am so proud to join all of you as we hand over 22 newly constructed homes to deserving families under the Housing Recovery Project, which officially came to an end earlier this year, but which continues to bear fruit across our communities. I am here this afternoon representing Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, who unavoidably is absent due to official commitments. He has asked me to convey his warm greetings, his full support for today's proceedings, and his heartfelt congratulations to all the beneficiaries. He wanted me to assure you that although he cannot be here physically, his heart is right here with you in Bellevue Chopin. He remains deeply proud of the progress we continue to make in improving the housing and living conditions of our people. This ceremony is a celebration of dignity restored, anxiety lifted, and opportunities renewed. It represents the fulfillment of promises made following the devastation caused by Hurricane Maria. It symbolizes the continuity of a government that keeps its word, remains focused on its mission, and is guided by a clear vision of resilience and security for every Dominican. When we speak about development in this country, we are not speaking about abstract concepts. We are talking about families having a safe place to sleep at night. We are talking about mothers no longer worrying about the strength of their roofs or the stability of their walls. We are talking about children able to study, elders able to live peacefully, and individuals able to focus on their goals because their basic need for safe shelter has been met. The Housing Recovery Project, launched after Hurricane Maria, was executed with the support of dedicated partners, and it ensured that the people of Dominica could rebuild after devastating loss. Although the project officially concluded earlier this year, the result of that investment continued to be realized as we see today. These 22 homes form part of the thousands of housing interventions delivered by this administration over the past several years. They represent thoughtful planning, responsible governance, and strategic investment in the well-being of our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Dominica is not easing up on its housing agenda. As you have seen, this is not a one-off intervention. This is a sustained methodological and deliberate program. This administration has made housing a central pillar of national development because we understand that safe shelter is a human right and a foundation for economic and social advancement. Across the country, we have delivered modern apartment complexes, resilient single-family homes, refurbishment and renovation support, housing for seniors, single mothers, and displaced families, and we are not finished. More housing solutions are currently under construction, more sites have been improved for development, more families will see improved living conditions. Our aim, as stated repeatedly by Prime Minister Skerrit, is to ensure that every Dominican has the opportunity to live in a decent, safe, and climate-resilient home. This work is not about politics, it's about people. It is about ensuring that the next time a major storm threatens us, our families will be more secure. It is about building a Dominica in which future generations can grow with confidence. It is about one of the guiding principles of this government, under the leadership of Prime Minister Skerrit, has been a deep and enduring concern for the vulnerable. Whether seniors, persons living with disabilities, single mothers, low-income families, or individuals displaced by climate impacts, this administration has worked tirelessly to create equitable and inclusive development. The homes being handed over today are part of that mission to ensure that no one is left behind. It is our responsibility to protect those who are at most risk, because development that does not uplift the vulnerable is not true development. Housing is security, housing is opportunity, housing is dignity. And today we deliver that dignity to 22 more families. To all the recipients, I say congratulations. And I see those from the Roseau Valley, I can see those from Watton-Haven, and I can see those from Mount Prosper as well. And to all the recipients, yes, congratulations. You have been patient, you have kept faith, and today your perseverance is rewarded. This project would not have been possible without the collaboration of several partners. We are grateful for the cooperation of the World Bank, the Housing Recovery Project team, our implementing agencies, contractors, engineers, community leaders, and everyone whose hands contributed to this process. I also wish to commend the Minister for Housing and her team for their passion and commitment to the well-being and security of Dominican families. Today, it is my honor to celebrate with you as you receive your keys, symbols of empowerment, representing new beginnings and a better life. To the beneficiaries, cherish your new homes. Let them be places of peace and joy. Let them be starting points for new achievements. And to all our citizens, let us continue marching together toward a resilient, prosperous, and united Dominica. May God bless each family receiving a home today, and may God bless the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Our thanks to Dr. McIntyre for his address this afternoon. A feature of the Housing Recovery Program has been the engagement of several local contractors from across the island who have, from all accounts, delivered exceptional work. Today, we recognize 3 of these contractors, and I now invite the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing, as well as Mrs. Lockhart Hippolyte, to assist us in that regard.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all. First of all, recognize Her Excellency, Sir Vanny Burton and Mr. Burton, and all our other invited guests here this afternoon. My task here is to introduce a new aspect of our handover ceremony, which we have been doing over the past 5 years, but this afternoon, we want to have a little tweak where we want to start recognizing the persons who have been working behind the scenes. And this year we want to start, this ceremony, we want to start with the contractors. We have had 56 different contractors engaged directly under the housing recovery project across the island. Out of this 56, there is a top 20 contractors who have been consistent. And out of that 20, there were 10 that stand out. They stood out exceptionally. And what we'll do, we're going to have 4 of these ceremonies. And this afternoon, we'll recognize the first 3 of them. They are Mr. Roland David, Mr. Yankee Oliver, and Mr. Sherman Boston. And I'll just invite them to